Alright guys, since Civil War is, I guess you could say, upon us, Captain America Civil War is finally upon us, I decided to do a non-comic lineup following a pro-registration and anti-registration. And as you can see we're going with anti-registration, so a non-comic anti-registration. As always, this is just my personal list and my version of the team, and this team was actually going to be a lot bigger, but I decided to shorten it down a bit. So, without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with the team's leader, Danny Phantom. Why did I pick Danny Phantom as the team's leader for the anti-registration? Initially, he was going to be a pro-registration. He was going to be part of the pro-registration character, and I kind of thought about it, and I was like, yeah, he would not trust the government after what the guys in white did to him. You know, all the manipulation and all that. I don't think he would trust the government that much, and especially with a being as powerful as him, I feel like he would just be used as like a Superman type tool to, you know, just be used as a weapon of mass destruction, because let's face it, Danny's only going to get stronger as he goes on. We've seen in with his former future self that he was going to get more powerful. Granted, that version fused with his with Vlad Plasmius, but still, he was going to get stronger regardless. So I feel like Danny would be like, no, I'm not doing this. I would not be a part of this lineup. I would not be part of this team whatsoever, so I am not going to be joining you monsters. I think, he would just have a lot of hostility towards them and be putting together, he would be the one more or less leading a big charge in the anti-registration lineup. So definitely Danny Phantom would be the defunct 2 leader. Despite his age, I feel like he has a lot of leader material to him, and all these other characters on this lineup would probably follow him regardless. They would gladly follow. I feel like they would be willing to follow him to take on the pro-registration team. So let's move on. So next up is Starr and Marco. Now, initially, I know what you're thinking, but wait a minute. Marco's not really a superhero. He's just a sidekick kid. He's just a kid with no powers. He's just really good at karate. So, yeah. Now, initially, the registration thing would probably fall to Starr, who is really anti-authority despite being a princess. So she would look at this and go, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not joining this, this registration superhero type deal. And Marco wouldn't be affected by this because he's just a citizen. However, he would be on the front lines with Starr because he cares for her that much. So even though he wouldn't be affected either way by the pro or anti-registration act, he would be on the front lines because Starr was there. He would be there at her side fighting with her. Also, #Starco forever. Just saying. But yeah, with Starr, she would just not go along with it, and Marco wouldn't feel like, this doesn't feel right. This is not what our government's supposed to do. Turn normal people, they're going to try to turn us into weapons, and Starr is against this, so I'm with Starr on this one. Initially, I think he would be on the, I feel like he would try to lean towards pro-registration, but then eventually I feel like he would be like, nah, I'm not abandoning Starr. No way. I am in no way abandoning Starr. That's not happening. No way in hell am I letting this happen. I'm joining with that team. But yeah, Starr and Marco would probably be on the more than likely on the anti-registration side, and fighting alongside Danny and the rest of this anti-registration team. But yeah, moving on. So next up is Goliath from Gargoyles. Now, initially, I think Goliath would not want to be part of this. He would want to be like a neutral party of this group. He would be between these two factions. He would want to, not want to join in on this. But I feel like he would understand that, my clan needs to be protected from from being registered. We're already hunted by, the stonecutters and everything else. And, oh yeah, probably Xanatos. I'm just saying, if this existed in, like, one big crossover universe, yeah, Xanatos would probably be the Norman Osborn, funding the pro-registration team and giving them all sorts of good toys. So I think Xanatos, even though at the end of the series they were kind of on the same level, I feel like Goliath would be like, no, I can't abide by this. So I feel like he would inevitably be drawn into the war and into this civil war, and join the anti-registration with this team. I feel like also he would be like a wise man of the group, because obviously he's probably the oldest member and a leader in himself. but I don't think like he would be up to leading this kind of team. So I feel like he would be the second in command, help and also guiding Danny throughout this civil war. So that's how I kind of feel, is that he would be like the wise man of the group, as well as the second in command almost. But yeah, I don't know about the rest of the gargoyles, how they would feel about this. I feel like Lex would maybe on the side of it, along with Broadway, while Hudson, I don't know where Hudson would lie. I feel like Brooklyn and Angela would not agree with this as well. And I feel like there would be a lot of internal conflict with the clan, but yeah, Goliath, initially, he would just want to keep the Manhattan clan out of this whole registration act and want to be just nowhere near it, but inevitably he's going to get sucked in. So if he had to pick a side, it would be, the Anti-Registration Act. So that's how I kind of feel he would be. Well, why I keep saying Anti-Registration Act? He would just be on the anti-registration team. So next up is Raphael. Yeah, you guys know Raphael. In no way in hell would Raphael join a pro-registration group, this group called with a pro-registration. I feel like he would in no way support this. He only has one loyalty, to his brothers, who would probably have their own views and forms on this. But yeah, in no way, shape, or form would Raphael be he would not be on board with this. I feel like they're already being hunted by the government. He would not want to be anywhere near this conflict, but inevitably, like I said, he would be drawn in to it, and I feel like, yeah, he would be the first one to go, yeah, if we're gonna, stay free, we gotta fight these guys and win. That's how the only way they're gonna listen to us, is if we fight and win in this conflict. So yeah, he would definitely be on board with the whole anti-registration team. But yeah, Raphael would not sit by. Now that I think about it, yeah, Raphael would not sit by, because I feel like, he's already dealt with, the government doesn't trust, something they don't understand. Populations don't trust they don't understand. And I feel like he would not want to be used as a weapon. He's already an angry enough guy. I feel like, yeah, I don't want to be used as like a weapon of mass destruction for someone else's need. I only follow one person, Master Splinter, and I have one loyalty to and that's my brothers. Now, as for the other turtles, Donatello would probably be on the side of the pro-registration, because he'd be like, yeah, sometimes we get a little out of control. Maybe we just need a little someone to guide us. Mikey would not want to be part of this conflict. He would not want to see his brothers infighting and not join either side, and probably be on the neutral side. But yeah, he would not want any part of this conflict. As for Leonardo, well, let's talk about Leonardo in a little bit, shall we? So, yep. Darkwing Duck on the anti-registration team. Oh boy, Darkwing Duck, yeah. There is no way in hell Darkwing Duck, Darkwing would want to be part of any form of big government group. He's already considered an outlaw, more or less. He's already kind of looked at as an outlaw as it is. So I feel like he would just be like, no, I'm not going to be someone's weapon. I'm already my own hero. I don't need anybody else's, I don't need anybody telling me what to do. He already has a problem with authority as well, so, yeah. Because he thinks he is the superhero. So yeah, Darkwing would not want to be a part of, not want to be part of the Pro-Registration Act. He would join Danny's team, and yeah, he would just raise some hell. As well as, as a Batman parody, Darkwing Duck, as his, in his alter ego, he's actually pretty rich. He's got a lot of money to him, so he would be, he would be funding the team through his, he'd be funding the team and they'd probably be all hiding out in his base. Yeah, more than likely, the anti-registration team would probably more than likely be hiding out in Darkwing's Darkwing's base of operations. Sorry, I tripped over my words there. But yeah, he'd also be another valuable asset to the team. And I just love to see him and Raphael argue all the time. Like, those two would just not get along. I even feel like the rest of Darkwing's family, Quiverwing, Morgana, and even Launchpad, all of them would be on the anti-registration thing. Because they, one, they're way too loyal to Darkwing. And two, they're all, I feel like they would just be like, no, no way, yeah, there is no way we would be working for these guys. We're not going to be used as, we're not going to be controlled. So yeah, a majority, I should say, of Darkwing's friends and allies would be supporting the anti-registration group. And with Darkwing giving money as well as equipment and a place to hide out. So, yeah, definitely Darkwing on this team. And lastly is Lapis Lazuli. Yep, Lapis Lazuli. Lapis would in no way want to be part of the Pro-Registration Act, because this would just be another form of... She would view it as another form of enslavement. She in no way would want to be part of something that would just feel like she's being used as a weapon again. And Lapis would probably be one of the most powerful members of the team. I mean, literally, have you seen how she uses water? Come on. But yeah, Lapis would not go along with this. She would definitely be part of this ragtag group of heroes and be a powerful asset to them. Now, as for the other gems, I've talked about this. As for the other gems, I feel like Pearl would be on... We'll get to Pearl, because yeah, she's on the other team. No-brainer there. I probably would imagine Peridot would be on the pro-registration team, because I feel like because Peridot believes in order, and to her that would be order. Same with Pearl. Garnet would literally be divided on the whole situation. I feel like Sapphire would be on the pro-registration, and Ruby would be on the anti-registration side. Depending on if Jasper turns good, I would imagine Jasper would be on anti, or even she would just view it as like, this is your war. You puny humans have your own war. I'm not going to be fucking a part of this. Later. And Steven would just be a neutral party, because he would hate to see his only family fight each other. So that's how I kind of see it. So yeah, this would be the non-comic anti-registration team. Again, there were so many other characters I wanted to put on this team, but I was kind of thinking, yeah, it would be a long-ass vid if I put everybody in here. If I put everybody on this team, it would just be this one long-winded team. And there were so many others. Samurai Jack, XJ9, so many other characters to be put on here. So that was kind of the... that was kind of the thing, is that I whittled it down to about 7 members, more or less. Yeah, but make no mistake, the team would be a lot bigger if you had one big crossover verse and all these other characters in here. But yeah, so as always with these videos, just comment below, let me know, and who would be on your anti-registration non-comic lineup. Just really curious. And once again, if you thought a character should be on here or not, that's totally fine. No ill will against you. This is just my personal list. And again, said list was going to be a fuck-ton bigger. But yeah, it was going to be a fuck-ton larger than it was, which is a lot bigger than it initially was. So I whittled it down because I wanted to go by the Captain America movie where it had a small team. So I decided, you know what, let's just go with small teams on both sides. But make no mistake, there would be a larger number of characters on both sides of the playing field. So once again, just comment below, let me know what you guys have to say about all this. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in the pro registration side. Later.